Hey fight fans, welcome back to the Fight Book. This is the Indian Accent guy, and tonight, as you know, there are total 6 massive cards are taking place in the fight world, and we have updates from those 6 cards as well as from some massive future cards like UFC's MSG and White House cards. Plus, we have some fight announcements 3 in the UFC. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Let's start it from UFC 318 card. The headliner, Dustin Poirier, who was boasting during the build-up of this fight that he will not unretire no matter what. But now he said an interesting thing that he will unretire if the UFC gives him another title shot. Do you think it is fair to unretire after that kind of massive retirement fight? Anyway, Justin Gaethje and Kayla Harrison was present after the UFC 318 weigh-in show where Justin Gaethje revealed that he wants to fight Ilia Topuria at Madison Square Garden at UFC 322 in October and then defend his lightweight title at the UFC White House card. Gaethje says it's either him or Arman Tsarukyan fighting Ilia Topuria for the lightweight title next and not Paddy Pimblett. Arman Tsarukyan also revealed that the UFC told him to wait for a few days, then they will let him know if he is fighting for the belt or he will be fighting someone else. After that, Tsarukyan offers Ilia Topuria $1 million from his own pocket and any card from his collection to secure a title fight. After listening to Gaethje and Arman Tsarukyan and after Dana White's post-UFC 317 remarks about Paddy Pimblett, it is safe to assume that Paddy Pimblett is not getting his undeserved title shot. Dana White in his previous interview had said that if Islam Makhachev wins the welterweight belt, they got a massive fight between Islam versus Topuria. So it is also a possibility they do not give any opponent to Ilia Topuria and just wait for Islam Makhachev fight. Kayla Harrison, who was also present with Justin Gaethje, says that she wants the UFC to give Amanda Nunes an exemption from the 6-month drug testing window before she can fight again. She revealed that she wants to defend her belt against Amanda Nunes this year and then wants to return in the UFC's White House card. Everyone wants a place in the UFC White House card. Anyway, if we talk about the weigh-ins of all these big fights happening tonight, every big fight is good to go except Isaac Cruz versus Angel Fierro. Angel Fierro has been forced to withdraw from tonight's rematch with Isaac Cruz. The 140 pounds interim WBC title fight was scheduled for the Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios PPV undercard in Las Vegas. Cruz will now face Omar Salcido, who was set to fight in a non-televised, non-streamed 8-rounder on the prelims. So obviously a huge opportunity for him, but accepting a fight on almost no notice require big balls. Another one who pulled out from a scheduled bout is Bella Meir's opponent, Olivia Beerley. 3-0 Bella Meir will now face 2-0 Stephanie Calderon on Fury Challenge Series 14 in Houston, Texas on July 27th. Anyway, the UFC have also found the replacement of Alex Perez, who pulled out from UFC Vegas 109 against Steve Erceg. Erceg will now face 10-0 undefeated South Korean Yeon Sung Park, who is the winner of RTU1. Park is currently 3-0 in the UFC and riding a 9-fight finish streak. The UFC just can't give Steve Erceg a break, who is currently riding on a 3-fight losing streak. This 4th straight loss might become the reason for his release from the UFC. Anyway, the second bout is a welterweight fight, which is added on UFC Paris for September 6th. Tam Peterson will try to get his 4th straight UFC win against Trey Waters, who is 2-0 in the UFC, coming off his fight of the night win against Billy Goff. Then there is a flyweight bout added on UFC Rio October 11th card, where Lucas Rocha and Stuart Nicol will be fighting each other to get their first UFC win. Both are 0-1 in the UFC. And then in some random updates, Alex Pereira is flexing as a 247 pounds heavyweight right now. It looks like he is preparing for Tom Aspinall instead of Magomed Ankalaev. Anyway, Sean Strickland will go in front of the Nevada State Athletic Commission next week for punching an MMA fighter who taunted him after beating his teammate at Tough Enough event. He had stormed into the cage with Chris Curtis, who recently mentioned he also had to pay a decent little penny for this incident. Strickland has been temporarily suspended, and the suspension is expected to be extended, and he is unable to fight in the UFC until it is lifted. Anyway, former UFC fighter Diego Sanchez has been arrested on a pair of gun-related charges, including shooting at and from a motor vehicle. The arrest happened in the early hours of Friday morning in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he remains in custody while waiting for his bail to be set. Among all these negative news, there is a positive news from the boxing world. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Ben 2 fight was in Jeopardy, but now the Riyadh season and Sela are considering the option to stage this match in November in London. This fight was originally slated for September 20th, but Eubank didn't want to fight in September. And then last but not least, former failed UFC heavyweight prospect Robelis Despaigne defeats former Glory kickboxing champion Saulo Cavalry via unanimous decision in the first round of their 8-man karate combat heavyweight tournament. Then in the second round, Robelis Despaigne annihilates Tim Johnson in 20 seconds, and then he defeats former UFC fighter and tough finalist Zach Pauga via first round doctor stoppage TKO to win the karate combat 8-man one-night heavyweight tournament and to secure his KC heavyweight title shot against their champion Sam Alvey. Just like Mike Perry after his release from the UFC became the face of BKFC, Robelis Despaigne is quickly becoming the face of karate combat. Anyway, that's all in this video. Now you are again completely up to date with the fight world. I hope you enjoy all the 6 big cards tonight. Do share your thoughts in the comment section and do tell me what is the fight you are most excited for tonight, and then do whatever you want.